winning this one then? I think we have to give the favourite tag to Blaku, don't we? I mean, he is a speedy boy, as I'm sure we'll see going through the rings, and he is also known as the dirtiest air racer. So Bob, beware, look out for those bumps. Blaku gets out ahead though. Bob going for the flip cancel, certainly is. Does it a lot better than me. I failed 9 out of 10 flip cancels going for that. Blaku went down. Look at this. Blaku intentionally going slower to get behind Bob just so he can ruin Bob's life. We'll see if he gets it though. I think that little mistake has left him a bit too far back here. Certainly has. Not going to get the bump on Bob. So Bob definitely one of the faster guys in the lobby, but in the community. But Blaku has stepped it up again. Blaku and a couple of other people like Kit and Duck, and you know, getting sub 310s myself, even pushing myself. So I think Bob's got a little bit of catching up to do now to get on level terms with people over 1 lap speed. But his race pace is looking fine at the minute. No mistakes here. 3.2 second gap here, but Blaku will probably get this down to 2.7 seconds shortly, or 2.5 seconds. But not a clean corner for Blaku. When Blaku gets a clean corner there, he can take half a second out of someone going for a flip round that corner. But no, it stays about the same, just a bit of a rough flip for him. Bob holds it together, well played mates. Tagged the pylon but controlled his car really nicely there to make sure there was minimal time lost. Still closing in though. 2.3 seconds was the gap. Maybe it's been extending a little bit. Blaku make a mistake. Gap is definitely more than 2.3 seconds. 4.6. So as long as Bob can hold it together, not make any mistakes, he should be fine, I think. Still, it is quite a big gap there to make up in the shortcut, 4 seconds. So if Blaku does want to go for a shortcut, he's going to have to start bringing that number down, I think. Otherwise, it's going to be a risky shortcut. Saying that though, if it is a best of 5, and we're saying like the points don't matter, it's all about crossing the line first, then if you are in second place in this format, I think going for the shortcut is the only option, isn't it? You know, it's a 1v1, it doesn't matter if you fail really, to lose points. So maybe this will encourage people in second to go for that quick shortcut. Brought it down to a much more manageable 3.3 seconds. Still got to be a really good shortcut, but Bob going for it himself as well. Keep watching from Blaku's POV, because you can see a mistake from Bob. Makes one himself though. Good recovery with the flip. Not with getting through that ring though. Both on the floor here, both struggling with this one. It's a battle of attrition right now. Blaku, I think, was actually going for a bump on Bob there as well. Oh, Blaku's going to risk it. He's going to risk it. What happened with Blaku there? The 4th ring, he didn't quite go through it, but he did make contact with it, with his car quite heavily, and you could see he was about to try and go through it again, but when he realised Bob was going through the final ring, he decided to just completely leave that ring and hope that he'd done enough to hit the trigger and keep going. But I think Bob was too far gone there, so GG's, well played Bob. Bob's heart. Your heart pumping a little bit. We'll give Bob a second. Blaku was shit. Look at it, taking it seriously here. We've got some competitive races going on here. They're both feeling the nerves a little bit. I'm not sure why. Got like 7 people watching. All Bob could hear was Blaku crashing around behind him. See if Bob can get a clean shortcut, come out before Blaku a little bit maybe. Not this time by the looks of it. Oh, about level actually. Blaku must have had a slow one. So Blaku's in front. Oh, he's definitely in front now. Bob hitting a ring there. This is a rough place to hit a ring or make a mistake, because gravity pulls you down really quickly, and then it's so difficult to turn you downwards momentum into upwards momentum again and recover, get back up into the wings section. So one tiny mistake has left Bob Oh, another mistake even. He's making another mistake trying to catch up with Blaku, so I don't think Bob is going to be catching up. So we're going to sit back for a little bit. Watch Blaku's lap. Excuse me. Not on a PB, not on PB pace there, Blaku at the minute. But still on a quick lap, nonetheless. Quicker than most people can go. An okay landing on the gate. Sort of stuttered a little bit, maybe caught the back wheels tiny bit on the gate. You can see Bob off to the right there, a long way back at the moment. So Blaku could cruise around at the minute, better than his boost if he likes. He'll still pull one back. 27-second gap. So yeah, 29-second, extending the lead. This is I think this is going to be done and dusted. Race number 2 for Blaku, because it'll take about 3 or 4 mistakes from him, I think, to let Bob come past, come back into it, and all because of the little mistake at the beginning for Bob. What happens when you make a mistake at the beginning? You end up pushing a lot harder than you normally would to make time back up, and that's when mistakes come out. A little one from Blaku there, but nothing too serious. Going for the shortcut himself, a little bit of practice. He's got 30 seconds. Doesn't need to worry about even failing it at this point. Look, it would have been an okay shortcut, even with the slight mistake and the flip recovery. If he got through that last swing, it would have been okay. I think getting through the shortcut at all, without going into the water or losing a load of time on the floor, should be considered a success versus going up and down. But yeah, looking like race number 2 going to Blaku. I'm not sure who's going to take this. I don't know. I still think Blaku. No offense, Bob. I just think Blaku's got the consistency in racing a bit more. I mean, you shouldn't be offended because I think Blaku beats me well. So he's better than me in race pace. Sketchy one from Blaku there. Like he's riding a wild stallion going through those rings. Buckarooing about. So gives Bob an early lead. All Bob needs to do, keep it nice and clean, just be in with a shout. Keep himself there or thereabouts. Oh, not doing stuff like that. Gotta be careful how low you go. Bob going for the alternate strat there. Does it quite well. Quite clean. It's in the corkscrew. Bit of a mistake from Blaku. Good recovery though, mate. Well played. Not sure what happened before, but if you're going to clip that pylon and then still pull off the turn 3 bounce, that's a good recovery. My eyes. No many canyon problems for Bob. There is one for Blaku though. Look at that. He's still trying to get through that ring. I think he stopped for a second there to think like he was going to give up. What happened to Bob though? A bit of a mistake from Bob as well. I thought Blaku was going to give up there. Of course, if we are running this format, boys, where it's a best of 5, if at any point either one of you decides you've had enough and you want to DNF or forfeit any particular round, feel free to do so. And the player who's out in front, if they want to finish the lap, maybe if they're on a PB, then they don't need to say anything, they can finish the lap. Or if they even want to get the practice in or get the run in, that's fine. But if they want to reset back to the start, you can also agreed to do that as well. I think you should always stay in it though. There's always a chance of mistakes coming out from the other player. 13-second gap. I think for Blaku to be in with a shout now, he can need Bob to probably make a mistake before we get to the next checkpoint, because this is where you don't want to be making a mistake. You know, one of the areas on the map where if you do make a mistake it can throw you back quite far. But as long as Bob gets around this corner, which he does, then he's not going to have any problems, or he shouldn't have any problems finishing the race in first. Still going for the sign bounce though, even though he's 13 seconds ahead. Blaku only just going through palm, so trying to make up ground here by going for the risky stuff. Oh, this is a risky one from Bob, still going for the shortcut, I think. I think you've got to play for the win, I think you have to. I don't think you should be going for the shortcut when you've got a 13-second gap. If you want to practice, mate, practice time. I say that though, he got through there. So maybe Bob knows what he's doing there. I'm basing this, by the way, on my own confidence for the shortcut. It'll be my decision. I wouldn't go for the shortcut, but other players, if they want to go for it and they've got their own reasons for going for it, that's fine. Race number 2 for Bob then. A match point for Bob. No pressure, Blaku, but you've got to win this next one, mate. Or number 7 beats number 3. The pressure's on Blaku now. Bob is on match points. Good start from Blaku though. Not the quickest, 6.5, but if you're getting out ahead of your opponent, then I think you can consider it a good start. Bob quite a long way back here. What happened there? Because there was only half a second between them on the main platform, but then coming up to the next checkpoint, that gap went up. So Bob must have made a mistake somewhere. Just keeping an eye on him round that corner there, because Bob's going for the risky stuff now. He's trying to catch up with Blaku by making up ground himself, rather than waiting for Blaku to make a mistake. But he's going for risky stuff. No mistake through Mini Canyon for Blaku. Bob navigates Mini Canyon himself, no issues there. From Blaku on turn 4. Bob also taking turn 4 without issues there. I'll keep switching back and forth here, look for mistakes like this on mistake hotspots. Bit of a mistake there from Blaku, he's going to clip, oh he didn't. My bad perception there, really thought he was going to clip the bottom of that gate there, did well though to pull up in time. So both keeping it quite steady at the moment. We had the mistakes at the start from Bob, but been relatively steady since then, with Blaku extending the gap a little bit here, taking Bob out of a shortcut range. Oh, a mistake there from Blaku though. He's opened the door to Bob, and remember this is match point for Bob as well. All Bob has to do now is hold on to the lead, and he'll be fine. He'll be winning. Number 7 will be taking number 3. They're both going to go for the shortcut here, I think. If it stays like this, that is the question really. Is Bob's on match point, like he doesn't have to go for the shortcut. He's got another race as well, but I mean these guys are racing quite closely all the way through this, so if it's not this race then it's probably going to be the next one that Blaku will still be, or Bob and Blaku will likely be together. Yeah, the shortcut. Oh, but Blaku made a mistake. He's made it easy for Bob. Let's see if Bob has realised that Blaku's made a mistake. He's still going for the shortcuts, even though there's 8 seconds in it. That was it, Bob. You had the win, mate. All you had to do was go up and down, and you guaranteed the win. But still going for the shortcuts. He gets through though, he gets through. I think Bob must feel pretty confident there that he can get through the shortcut okay. That even if he hits a ring, he can recover quickly and get back up and get through there with an 8-second gap. So that is Bob crossing the line now. taking the point there. I'm gonna put it on there just so it's official. 3-1. So GG's. Unlucky Blaku. Well played, Bob. I had Blaku down for the win there, mate, so yeah, well played, mate. Keeping it together.